Howdy everyone, this is Papa, this is the Diamond Society, and welcome back to episode number 133. We are over here at the minigame that we built in last episode. That is the Jousting Arena, and there's Mini-Me and Mini-Locorp on the other side there, and nobody else, because we just released that video, and very few people have actually yet to seen it. Like, it literally just came out, so don't expect to see anybody probably yet in this episode. Maybe toward the end. We'll see. Hopefully. It would be awesome to see some more people come on over here and add their heads. We could also stick some mob heads in there. That'd be pretty interesting. But here we have the Jousting Arena. This thing, I'm looking forward to using this. We got our horses in here, too. I think we actually did do that between episodes. I think I forgot to do that in last episode. So we've got 2 horses in here now. We still got the breeding horses down in the pit below, and one of these is pretty fast and one of these isn't, so I think this is the better one on this side. I can't remember. Yeah, this one can also jump pretty well too, unless I don't actually hit the bar all the way. So pretty excited. Hopefully we can get to play in that pretty soon, but this thing's come along pretty well, and I've already got plans to start another mini game right next to it. So there's going to be probably a little bit of digging that we got to do in order to get this thing all going. Maybe we'll see. I tried to plan it out so that we don't need to do too much, but these trees are going to have to come out. So it's going to be fairly tall. It's actually going to be quite a bit bigger than this arena. It's going to be kind of along the same lines design-wise, but you'll see how it comes out at the end. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this one. So also in last episode, there was a little bit of confusion as to how I actually managed to do horse out of the way. Let's go. There we go. I managed to do the floating bow right here on top of the tripwire hook. Oh, I love looking at that. That is an invisible armor stand. We used the book to modify that, and then the armor stand has arms, so it's actually an armor stand holding that, and it just lines up on top of that hook. And this horse needs to not be here. You can stay over there. It's pretty neat. Originally, it was actually in front of the shulker box here, and every time I'd open the shulker box, it would get pushed out, and there we go again. So it took a little bit of doing, but you know what? It's really good. I like it a lot. It works better on this side than the other side. I should probably redo the one down there, but overall, very happy with it. And over here in spectator mode, you can just barely make out the armor stand that is invisible there. That's awesome. I actually didn't know that spectator mode allows us to do this, but that's pretty cool. You can see exactly what's going on here. So the arm is stretched out. It's holding the bow right like that, and that sits right on top of the tripwire hook. And would you look at that? This thing pretty much dwarfs the other one. This thing is absolutely huge. We're going to have a pretty big arena for some PvP battles. This is looking pretty sweet. Now, we just kind of shaped this one into the ground around here. We didn't build a big old platform like we did on the other one. If you look over here, we've got a big drop off right here. And I didn't want to just flatten this whole area out and put it all on the same level because I wanted to kind of use some of the natural structure that we have going on around here. We've got this hill going here. I didn't want to just completely demolish that. I think it'll give it a little bit more of a natural feel, but there's a lot going on. So I think no matter what we do, just because of how big this is, it's going to feel a little bit less natural, but hopefully we can blend it into the environment pretty well. We've got a lot going on so far. We've got 4 corners that have a tower on each, and then we've got some connector areas going on here. So the arena is going to be in the middle. It's going to be multi-level, probably. We'll see just how much of this I actually end up using for the actual arena part, because there's some extra like decorative parts I want to use. And at the top, we'll probably have a almost like a catwalk going around so that you can travel from tower to tower over the top as well. But lots to do, lots to do. This took a lot of stone brick, and there's obviously going to be lots more to fill in some of these areas. There's quite a bit of andesite around here as well, and that's pretty much like all the andesite I had, so I'm gonna have to go back and get more as well. But we're gonna see some differences between this and the previous one. This one over here, we're not gonna be doing all like the breaking up the stone brick. It's already kind of broken up by the andesite, so I don't want to kind of break it down further. I think it's just going to be too much going on. And then we're going to use a little bit of a lighter wood. I'll probably use birch wood instead of oak wood. I think that's just going to give it a nice little bit of variance so it doesn't look like a complete replica, or at least maybe totally connected to what's next. So we're up now toward the top of the building, and we have a battle arena somewhat done, because we're going to use a lot of this castle as the battle arena, but we do have a sort of courtyard type place pretty much done here. We're going to add a couple extra details as time goes on, but we've got this nice little striped lawn, got some jack-o'-lanterns underneath these carpets for lighting. We don't want any mobs spawning in here. And then we're going to have little rooms where I have the birch wood on each side, And then we're also going to be able to walk up there, and you can see now, there we go, we have a path, and we have to Ender Pearl for now. We're good, so we got a path that goes here. We have to do probably a tower or something in the middle over here. And then this goes along to the other side, and then same thing, we're going to have a tower right here, and we can walk along on the other side as well. So the entrance is going to be over here. There we go, and we're going to have a tunnel that goes right underneath the arena to get to the backside, and that's where we'll be able to walk on up. So there's still a bit more to do here. Like I said, we've got the center tower on the other side. We're going to do a center tower over here, and then just a simple little tunnel to walk through to the back, and then we'll come up a staircase and pop right into the arena somewhere back here. And then we, of course, have to build up this back wall a little bit as well, because we got some gaps and then plenty of details to add around to the area. But this is all together coming along pretty well, and I can't wait to get to some of the landscaping type stuff in the area, make it blend into the area a whole lot better. Ah, cripes, this has taken quite a long time. But we have the structure entirely, for the most part, intact. I mean, we don't have windows, but I'm going to add those in when I do all of the details in a little bit. But it's all in there. This took quite a long time. It was a lot of running back and forth. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, I just totally failed to plan this. But we have the entry hall, and you should see just how ugly it is on the other side here. Oh, well, that pretty much sums it up. We're going right into a hill here so that we can go up through here, up, back, and around to come up to this side. We've got cutouts. We're going to have a bed and a chest over here so you can set your spawn point and have a couple spare items over here. And then we've got the playing field right here. Y'all saw this earlier. This is looking pretty good. And we can come across to the other side. We got the exact same thing going on over here. We can go up to the top. There's this up here. And then this will be a window, but this is going to remain a doorway, so we can come on out here. And then we've got the two catwalks, and we can get across both sides as well. And then there's yet another layer up here. We have a very top to the thing, so we've got sort of a 3-layer battle arena here, which is pretty awesome. There's a lot of different game modes I've been picturing here, and we're going to start listing some of those down in the entry hall here. So that's why we have all these empty wood areas. We're going to list some signs with suggested game modes. We'll have some extra decorations going on too. It's going to be pretty cool. It's already taken me quite a long time, like I said, and this is probably going to take me even longer because it is heavily detail oriented. And no worries here. This big block of gray is going to have a logo of some kind over it. So we're not going to be keeping that big thing here. And then the rest, where it is kind of grayish like over here, eventually it's going to have greenery blocking it or other mini games surrounding it. So we're going to kind of mute it a little bit, but I am looking at this and thinking the outside is pretty gray. I would like to add some more of these banners here. We'll probably use the same 3 banners that we used over on this one over here. So we'll add at least just a little bit of color to the outside. And after quite a while, we have this place pretty much done. We've got loads of banners on the outside. That took quite a while to do. We still need to do some greenery in the area, but that's going to be between this clip and the next clip. That shouldn't take too long, though. Just a couple of bushes, maybe a couple of trees, and some bone meal. So we've got banners going around, like I said. And if we go ahead and take a look out at the inside, we have to bring the road over as well, apparently. We've got, as we walk in, a bunch of armor stands, and the same thing goes for the last build. Fellow members, if you want to come over here and stick a player head on here, that would be absolutely fantastic. That'd be a really cool way to bring everyone into this build. And if we walk through here, there's just a bunch of recommended game modes. So in here you'll find suggested game modes. Suggestion is to mix different game modes and have at least 4 players. So we've got a couple different ones, such as close combat, so you just bring swords and use the entire arena to battle each other. Archer towers, so you'll stand at each of the towers and shoot each other to death. We've got over here capture the flag. There's 2 banners in there so that you can play a game of capture the flag. And then what do we have? Classes combat, so you could have like an archer that has a bow, a knight that has armor, maybe a spy that's got potions of speed or something. You could probably have like a mage that's got potions of damage. Pretty much just leaving it up to the people who play. Team deathmatch would be cool. 2 players against each other. 2 players on the same team against another player of 2 teams. And then 1 in the chamber. You get a bow and 1 arrow. And the first person to land a hit wins. So you'd obviously have to have like a refueling station. Every time you go back to, let's say, like the respawn point, you can go in the chest, grab another bow, and you obviously have to kind of do that on the honor system. But this place looks pretty cool. We've got all of our stuff in here. We've got this side, all of the staircases connect everywhere. This project has taken so long. This was so finicky to build, and I'm so happy that it's actually in place now, which means we can start to move on and start building more things And hey, we can even look down there. That's something new. Hey, look at that. There's a couple other people on here. That's Ginger and Dub. That's awesome. There's Corp and me. And oh, hey, Hodag. Ginger, there's another Dub. That's awesome. So that's really, really cool to see that a lot of other people are getting in on this. Oh, that makes me so happy. Hopefully we'll see a couple more faces pop up. Maybe I'll add another one of mine as well, and maybe Corp can come on in here and stick another one of his heads in. But we're gonna quick do up some greenery, make this area blend in a little bit better so we don't have this weird gap here. And then we can actually start using this arena. It will be grand opening for anyone to play. We have done it. We have a bunch of greenery in, and we also have the path going over. There's one thing I'm not totally convinced that I did well, though. Is it pretty obvious? I'm not sure about the bamboo stems coming up through here. I really like everything else, but those are just kind of an experiment. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Let me know down below, because I genuinely am curious what you guys think about these things. I think from the ground it's not too bad. Maybe some of them could be a little bit shorter, but we're going to leave them for now. I want to hear what y'all have to say, and everything else in here is looking pretty good. We got a mixture of some water, some trees, lots of grass. There's some sugar cane in here, and then a whole bunch of different flowers to really add some color together. So I tried to keep it pretty minimum. I didn't use any blue. I saw a creeper. Don't want to blow this up. I tried to avoid certain colors like the blue flowers or the white ones and stick just to pinks, reds, and greens. And then there's a couple yellow around here as well, just because that's what came from the bone meal, and I didn't feel like going through and clearing them all out. Trying to avoid that guy. But I think that all fits together pretty well. I didn't want to do too much and just make it kind of like almost like a murky kind of feel where it's just too much in one area. So the only blue is the water, and everything else all kind of fits together pretty well, I think. So like I said, let me know what y'all think. This is the PvP arena. It is now open. We should get a couple of heads starting off in here so that other people can know to come by and start adding their own. But hopefully y'all have enjoyed. Join and subscribe for more. And I'll see y'all next time.